back to another video. Today we are defending Hiruzen. Of course, Hiruzen is one of the more disrespected Hokages in the community, Hokage and characters in the Naruto community, just for the way he treated Naruto. And to his defense, Naruto took the example from Hiruzen and applied it for his Hokage. For example, Hiruzen could not focus solely on one child in Naruto, one that would arouse suspicion in the Leaf, as Naruto basically being the child of the fourth was a secret only between Hiruzen and the higher-ups of the Leaf. 2, everyone was his family. He had to take care of everyone. Naruto's the same way. He can't focus his attention just on his family, just on Boruto Himawari. Granted, he should have went to his daughter's birthday party, but he can't just focus his attention on one person, this one being, even if they're the most important person, even if their family died, because, well, he has a whole village to take care of. He has the politics, he had to deal with Danzo, he had to deal with the supplies, and also he was also having an ongoing issue with Orochimaru and the outbreak. I don't want to say outbreak, the emergence of the Akatsuki in the first part of Naruto. So he's dealing with a lot already. While also that Hiruzen is old. Think about how Hiruzen was in that situation. He just lost one of his best friends at Minato in the Nine Tails attacks, right? He basically lost his student in his experiments in in his upbringing, and he was very fond of Orochimaru. He cared for each and loved one of his students. 3, Hiruzen was retired. Hiruzen wanted to sail away and only come to the Leaf, or come back to the Leaf, when they needed him. He wanted to chill, he wanted to have vacation time, he wanted Minato to deal with all of the problems. So by the time he has to take up the Hokage mantle again, he's basically finished. He's like, why me? Because they couldn't give the position to Danzo, of course, because, well, Hiruzen knew what Danzo would have done. 3, they weren't going to give the position at that time to Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru, as their higher-ups in the Leaf were just really confident in that situation that Hiruzen was still stronger than his 3 students, which, of course, he is. I don't think any Jiraiya, Orochimaru, and Tsunade could have beaten Hiruzen in that sort of, and that's in his old age, even if, of course, yeah, even in his old age, because Hiruzen was holding back emotionally and physically to Orochimaru. I think he could have killed Orochimaru, not easily in that fight, but he still could have killed him, or at least stalemated the fight and not just let himself be killed. That's just me, though. Of course. So, now, seeing how Naruto was treated, and of course, a lot of Hiruzen Hokage material we don't know. Because much of Hiruzen's Hokage thing was looked at as a failure, but that's much later on, as when he's an elder of being Hokage. He was appointed position of Hokage very young. So we don't know the gap between him being very young and to him being of old age, as he's one of the longest running Hokages. He may be the longest running Hokage. Danzo didn't last long, and we don't count him. Naruto may have a little bit. Minato's the shortest. Hiruzen, we don't know how long. Tobirama, we don't know how long, of course. But Hiruzen is probably the longest reigning Hokage. And then you have Naruto, but I really don't know that timeline for real. Either way, Hiruzen may have done much success and much success to the Leaf in those years of his youth, even in his mid-youth, not to his end of age. For example, the Uchiha Massacre, which is, that was under Hiruzen. Come on, man. He wanted to talk it out, but then Danzo put it in his own hands. Also that, Hiruzen was an emotional leader. He wanted to use the power of negotiation of every tactic. He did not want bloodshed for no reason, even if he wanted to save that for the last resort entirely. He learned that from Tobirama most likely, and Tobirama learned it from Hashirama. There was to be no bloodshed, at least in his reign. So he tries to do it with the with the clan, at least with the Uchiha clan, to the best of his ability. Of course, Danzo goes behind his back. He tries Orochimaru, but Orochimaru is just one messed up individual. So the Orochimaru leaves the village, and then Minato just dies. So the person who was supposed to take over his mantle, supposed to take on all the problems in the Leaf and fix the Leaf in his own image, or at least to the best of his ability, was Minato, and failed. Hiruzen's going through a lot when he has to take on the upbringing of Naruto. He's seen most of his upbringings die, leave the village, or have a disdain for him. So, you know, he's looked at and he's views himself as a failure, because there's much failure at the end of Hiruzen's reign, just because he didn't want to be there. He did not want to be there. If he wasn't the Hokage and his only position or title was to be the caretaker of Naruto, he would have done a phenomenal job. But since he had to caretake and take care of the whole village, which he does not want to do, that whole first part of Naruto in that beginning, he does not want to do that. He doesn't want to do the Chunin exams. He doesn't want to watch the Forest of Death. He is tired of seeing kids die in that. But he wants nothing to do with this. But since he's the strongest in the village, he kind of has to. So, you know, like and subscribe, of course. And this is just my defense of Hiruzen. And my defense is basically, he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to be Hokage, at least at that time. He has no choice to be Hokage. They weren't going to give it to Danzo. And at least the Leaf higher-ups were guaranteed to know that he's strong, or as strong as the Sannin, or stronger than the Sannin. And was never going to give it to Fugaku, of course, because the Uchiha was suspicion under the Nine Tails attacks. He was Hokage by default. So with him being family to Naruto, he had to be family to everyone. He takes care of everyone, makes sure his provisions, makes sure the missions, make sure the kids are doing well. Come on. Anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.